We're still looking at passing from the headquarters position. Now, just a brief word on this really quick. Sorry guys, I'm having knee trouble today. One thing about headquarters that's good to understand is it's a really versatile pass because I can use headquarters to set up a lot of different passes. So I can set up my headquarter position from open guard if my opponent's playing open guard. I can use it when the person's playing knee shield. I can use it when the person is playing half guard. But there's a lot of different ways of getting there. Okay. Probably the two most prevalent that you see the most are when your partner's playing knee shield or when your partner's playing open guard. So in other words, they just opened up their feet and gone to here, okay? Or maybe I've stood up and opened their feet, okay? So I'm here, right? And all it's it doesn't really matter how we get there, but either way we want to get to a standing position, okay? Maybe we've broken the guard standing, right? Maybe she has sat to guard and she's already playing here, this kind of stuff. Okay, but either way, what's going to happen is I'm going to push one leg off to the side and push one leg down. Okay, so one leg off to the side, one leg down. I'm going to take a step, right? So I want one of her legs in between my feet, and this leg is going to take a deep step past her hip and press her elbow. You good? Right? A deep step. Because if I take a shallow step, it's going to allow her to make De La Riva hooks, and I really don't want that to happen. I don't want her to be able to play De La Riva. I don't want her to be able to make that hook. So if I take that step past her hip and I put pressure into that leg, can you make that hook now? Really difficult to make it. Now from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this knee in just a little bit to where it's past center line. I don't want to just sit directly on it. I want to bring it into where it's past center line. My hand makes a grip on the collar and I sit. Right? And everything is slightly pointed towards that same side. Okay, everything is slightly pointed towards that same side. All right. Now, the very first thing we're going to go over is just a really simple pass. Right. The first thing we're going to do is just what we call the side smash pass. All the Ribeiro guys like this. Right. If you ever watch Saulo Ribeiro or Shanti Ribeiro, they're really big into this particular pass. Okay. So I'm here. Right. Now, all I'm going to do is everything is turned slightly to this side. I can put my hand on the mat, actually, for this one, okay? I'm going to put my left knee down on the floor behind her butt. So my thigh is directly behind Lindsay's butt, right? Now from here, once I'm in this position, I'm just going to smash everything. Now, this is how I like to do my side smash a little bit different. I'm going to pass to the back instead of to the front. Normally, the Ribeiros pass to the front. I like to pass to the back, simply because I'm getting away from her arms and legs. So instead of mashing this knee to the floor and passing around to the front like they do, not wrong, because I mean they're a lot better than I am and obviously world champion. But I just don't like having to deal with her frames. Anytime I pass to the front, I frame on my chest and this kind of stuff. Yeah, I've got to deal with stuff like this because I'm passing into her defenses. So if I can choose to pass around to the person's back, I'm always going to take that option if I have the option. So once we establish our headquarters position, right, so we're up, she's playing open guard, I smack one to the outside and one down, I take a deep step past her hip, I move her leg into past center line, I'm going to grab that outside collar, and then I'm going to squat, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this thigh down, this knee, on the floor to where my thigh is behind her butt. I can put my hand on the mat long enough to balance myself to get it back there. It's like you're kneeing your partner in the butt. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start smashing with my knee over here. I'm going to smash her legs to the floor. Now once I get here though, this is when mine's a little bit different. Instead of passing to the front, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this grip with my hand. I'm going to lift my elbow up on top of her thigh and I'm going to smash her thigh to the floor. So I'm smashing that thigh to the floor. Right, once I get that, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach for her head. So what I want to do is if her arm is like this, I want to reach in between her body and her arm, like I'm reaching for her head. As I pass, this is going to go under her head and become an underhook. Right? It's going to become a crossface. So as I start to pass. So I'm keeping that smash, keeping that smash, keeping that elbow smash. I get under her head, and then I simply just walk my knees around. Right? It's not a crazy technical finish. It's very, very simple, but it's very, very effective. Okay. So one more time, we're standing. Okay, here. 1, 2. I take a big step. Step everything in the middle. I find that collar, right? And then I'm going to sit. Once I'm in this position, my hand goes to the floor, my thigh goes behind her leg, and I'm kicking her in the butt, right with the top of my thigh. I start smashing everything to the floor, but as soon as I feel my knee touch, instead of continuing the progression of the move, I'm going to rear my elbow up and smash her leg to the floor. Right, so now I have her knees pinched together. She's in what I call like the folder position. This is a really awkward position for her to be in because she can't really do anything. Okay, now from here, once I'm in this position, I'm going to reach in between her arm and her body. And as I walk myself around, this is going to go under her head. Make sure you're keeping pressure on this knee the whole time. So I walk myself around, I go under the head, then I get here. Right? Once I'm here, I can release. I like to, look what I'm doing here. Let's turn a little bit. Remember, we landed, bring it in. Yeah, we landed here. So what I don't want to have happen, though, when I get here and I'm side mounted is I don't want to just like sit here and then she's going to get on her side, shrimp away, and put me right back in guard. So what I want to do is as I release this, as she turns her hips back towards me, I'm going to continue to block with my forearm. Then once we've settled into the position, then I'll go ahead and hop over. What I don't want you guys to do is this. I don't want you to go here. There's a lot of guys that teach this position. I don't like this at all because she can peel out this way. So I don't want that to happen. So since I'm under her head, I cannot block her hips with my arm. If you're ever, it's a good tip to live by. If you're ever under your partner's head making this shoulder pressure, you don't ever want to block the hips. Because now there's nothing really on this side stopping her from rolling out. Okay, there's a really simple, you remember the escape where you turn to go? And she just goes, boom. Yeah, and she just peels out, bang, and she's up. Okay, so I don't want that to happen. So if I'm under the head, you have to go over the hips with the opposite arm. So if I'm ever here, I cannot go here. I mean, I can, but I don't advise it. Right? If I was here, it'd be fine. Okay, make sense? So one more time on the move. 1, 2, step deep, push her leg past, find that collar. Now from here, as I smash, I put my hand on the floor and I knee her in the butt. Now I'm going to smash everything over to the side. Boom. I climb my elbow up and I smash her knees together. Once I've got her knees smashed together, I go in between her arm and I start looking for underneath her head. If her head's glued to the floor, then I'll go under the arm. And go here. Right? But if I can get under the head, I'm going under. I keep that elbow on those legs as I pass around to the side, and then I continue to block as she turns towards me. Once she turns towards me, then I'll fold the arm over and start my side control. Make sense? All right, guys, let's give it a try. Let's try it.